Good evening. I don't remember what I say in this domain. Good evening.
Goblins and ghouls.
No, that's for that's the general horror one. For this domain, I say like guys and dolls or something like that. I don't know. Good evening. Good evening. Ya palookas and ya
Paninis?
Hi everyone, welcome to Blood from a Stone, a tale of love and dread in RPG. My name is Philip, I'm the Dread Master, and I would lie and say that it's usually much more professional an opening than that, but I think you all know deep down it's not. Speaking of professional openings, we're here at the Bad Dragon tonight in Heisteles. How are you all doing tonight, players? I'm so happy to have everyone here.
Totally super.
It's been a while because I got COVID and then a lot of reasons. This is a day long awaited. I've been excited about what would lead to this for a while. We did have a pretty crazy session last week as well, which also set some things in motion. But we're going to ignore those events from last week, as they were in an entirely separate domain, and instead we will be focusing on Heisteles, which is where Dahlia, who had previously been in Rocket Base 95, ventured thanks to a gate that had opened, a gate held open by the Drifter. The Drifter is everyone's favorite guy who has never caused any trouble and is clearly just a nice dude, just looking out for everyone.
Oh, totally.
He basically suggested to Dahlia, in a way that was not at all manipulative, that if she wanted to save Oksana, the weightlifting exchange student come vampire she loves, that she needed to kill another vampire so the heat would be off of all vampires. Dahlia was not given the full political explanation of all this entailed.
Nope.
But with a desperation to sort of save Oksana, she begged her friends to go through the portal. Or I shouldn't say friends, her companions. Rawlings had been a companion for a while. There was also Elutella and Alekie, and they would not go. But one decided to venture with her. Another, a being who described himself as Dahliabot's reciprocal. A human form android named Pascal, who had been kind of at one of these sort of strange stations there in the domain called Rocket Base 95 on a strange kind of isolated planet, looking at an odd area that was oddly sort of or unnaturally cloaked. So as Dahlia and Pascal ventured through the mist, having sort of basically fought back an incursion by a giant troll named Judge Blunder, that is where we last saw them. The others learned information that might have been helpful to Dahlia for understanding the full sort of, shall we say, the thumping, by the way, is my upstairs neighbors exercising, which I genuinely might ask them if they can stop doing this after 7:30. Just
It's my metallic heart.
There you go. Oh yeah, that's what it is. So, with all that being said, Dahlia and Pascal have sort of ventured through to maybe exchange iron blows with a troll and his many undead minions. We will open with an invocation for our game tonight. Chapter LIV plus I. Heisteles, a noir domain. Daylight. When was the last time you remember seeing it? And I'm not talking about some distant, half-forgotten childhood memory. I mean like yesterday? Last week? When? Can you come up with a single memory? You can't, can you? You know something? I don't think the sun even exists in this place because I've been up for hours and hours and hours, and the night never ends here. Dahlia and Pascal, you have committed a rather brutal smackdown on Judge Blunder and his followers in his study at Blunderland. Pascal, I would actually like for you to simply roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
This represents kind of what, if any, damage you took in the assault.
Already. Here we go.
26.
With a 26, a nat 20. So basically, people sort of, when they saw Dahlia come through and maybe somebody, hit her with a pea shooter, it just kind of bounced off of her sort of chrome-plated body. There was a vibe of, okay, this might be dangerous. But then sort of the butler, he jumped up with the machine gun and he started going into it. But Pascal, Pascal, you probably have a couple of white-blooded, little areas on your arm that have exploded, but you are functionally unharmed and undamaged. And Dahlia, again, maybe a dent here, a scorch mark there, but the two of you managed to take out Blunder's security. It was around 15 skeletons, 12 zombies, 3 whites, and of course Judge Blunder himself, whom Dahlia, you sort of managed to roast with your laser beam eyes. He being a troll that strongly prevented his sort of regeneration from working. That being said, upon interrogating him, asking him after the one you sought, whose name you were given by the Drifter, eventually Judge Blunder gave you 2 words when you asked where you could find Violet the Vamp.
Violet
His
the
answer.
Vamp.
Violet the Vamp is who you're after. Violet the Vamp is the vampire in charge.
Mercy.
The bad dragon. Good luck. And as he fell, and you were able to sort of find a little map of Heisteles, you noted there is a location called the Bad Dragon. Apparently it is one that the judge has ventured to with some frequency, although I'll tell you what, roll Pascal, why don't you roll an investigation check for me?
So we're not familiar with the Bad Dragon from our time
No,
here.
you've never been to Heisteles, in fact. You only saw it, well, you technically have been there, but you never left the spaceship.
Right.
Hattie, of course. Well, she probably knew about it.
Hattie would have.
What do we got, Pascal?
I'm sorry, say that again?
An investigation.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. I'm sorry, it cut out for a second. That's a 19. Oh, no!
What?
That's a natural 13 on the die.
Oh, it's cool because it's a natural 13. Boy, guys, did we have an amazing natural 13 last week. So
We literally just start with a 13.
could you do me a good favor, my friend? Could you please roll your D13 if you have it handy?
9.
A 9. Okay, so there is no horror surge. But already it's a great night because we are at 10 on the sweet and supple dread clock.
Supple, please say.
3 more, it's all we need. There's 4 of you. Pascal's
Why do I
already
feel like
given
it's
his.
going to be a 13 heavy night? That's not a great way to start.
God, it would be amazing. I will say that Pascal, upon sort of investigating various files in a study here, obviously there's a lot of stuff you could be looking into, but you're pretty focused, and as an android, you can sort of turn off distractions in your mind, stay on target, stay on task. You have determined that this Judge Blunder character seemed to have a lot of like a lot of entertainment would come to him from this place called the Bad Dragon. Nevertheless, it is not difficult for you to kind of get the nature of this bad dragon. Would you please make an integrity roll, which is a skill that is based on morality?
Ooh, that's
Because
just
we are at
10.
Heisteles. It's just, yeah.
That's
A 10?
just integrity. Yeah. Oh yeah, 10.
So you kind of, I'll say with a 10, you get the sense that this bad dragon is probably some kind of like, weird place where biologicals, like maybe it's like a little burlesque house, or something. It's not, it's kind of like a somewhat risque sort of like hollow vid that they might find. But you have no deeper reference or understanding of that. So you and Dahlia now understand where this Violet the Vamp is located. You understand how to get there, and you have a clear task. And as luck would have it, one thing the judge was not short on here in this house are very nice cars.
Oh, well.
And
Oh.
I mean, clearly, I'm going to take the finest one. Is there?
I'm going to make the claim, Pascal, that and Dahlia, could you drive or could you only do like some weird?
I can drive, but I drive a Vespa or a motorcycle.
Roll any die.
Any die?
Mm-hmm. Just even or
Literally
odd. Anything.
What if I rolled my D13?
If you roll your D13, you're actually giving yourself a slight disadvantage because you want to roll an even.
Then I will not. I'm going to be rolling my D20.
Because that has one extra. They're not an even.
Oh. 10.
10. With a 10, as it happens, he's got beautiful Bentleys, these like Duesenbergs for days. But you do find this very like Roman holiday appropriate Vespa with sidecar.
Yes.
Yes.
That Pascal could ride along in. So in that case, would you please make a Vespa roll for me?
Okay.
To see how much style you drive in.
Not great. It's a 6.
Wait, did you roll a natural one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we'll chalk that up to, it's not an auto fail, but we'll say that the two of you kind of, here in Whisper still sort of finishing
Metal
up
on metal. It's very
this sort of prologue, the two of you
Is
carve
this how
through
this
Judge
is
Blunder's
supposed
place.
to move? I don't. Something seems quite off.
I'm not used to operating a vehicle like this with my new
Your piloting
exterior.
skills. Yes, I understand. It's a pity that you did not have me. That's all right. That's fine. I have no problem sitting in the sidecar.
So, after a rocky start and a few kind of like, we will say that you certainly are able to get to the bright lights and big city of Heisteles. Dahlia, you saw this from above.
Yes.
And there was something about the place that felt attractive. And you remember going to that, you guys went to a movie house called the Silver Screen and busted a wall out of it to bring Film 13 up into your ship. So there is definitely this sense of, actually, Dahlia, would you make an integrity roll for me? It is, I think for you it's probably just a 10. Or it's just a +0, but it'll be listed in your skills. Okay, yeah, so make an integrity roll.
16.
With a 16, and also, Andrew, you haven't played any of our Norse stuff, so what integrity represents is it is basically, it's kind of like insight, but it can apply to a lot more things. It has to do with like moral reasons behind things. It's not necessarily is someone lying. It's kind of like what's the situation here? What's the kind of the bigger like what is expected versus what are people actually doing? Kind of what's that sort of thing. So Dahlia, I will say with a 16 and just your own predilections, something you in the haste of your previous sojourns here to Heisteles you didn't quite understand is that this is definitely the kind of town where people come hoping that they can become a star. This is that kind of big city that someone like you who lived in paradise always dreamt of going to. This is a place where there's the opportunity to have crowds and fans. And yet, with a 16, you also sense there might be the opportunity for darker sides of fame.
Oh, the unsavory side of the business.
That's the idea. So, the two of you drive up to the appropriate address with an 8, and it couldn't be more perfect. Dahlia, an 8. I roll a d8 to see on a scale of 1 to 8 how rainy it is. So with an 8, Dahlia, any smudges, scorch marks, blood stains that were on your body are washed away in the rain.
Oh, power wash, hooray.
And effectively, the rain is sort of so strong as you kind of like, squeak the Vespa along the sort of pavements. As you sort of step off of it, as the rain sort of, I'm thinking real like Frank Miller Sin City panels of just, like rain pouring down.
I have to worry about resting.
Oh, no, you're
stainless,
rust proof.
right?
You're chrome plated stainless. You're fantastic. Pascal, for you, it's more of a, your whatever white blood had been, that you haven't quickly stapled back together, your synth flesh. You just look sort of wet and bedraggled, but it's a rainy situation. But the two of you notice that ahead of you, there is a club. The sign for this club is a neon depiction of a dragon, who, let's just say, is being kind of bad. I think that's the God. You know what I didn't do for tonight, and I probably should have. I didn't put an additional content warning, weird sex stuff on this game. Oh well.
Boy, are we gonna get it?
Because this time I knew we were going to the
You
bad
had it
dragon.
on the last one either, and some interesting propositions were made.
Well, yes. As you're there, you do notice that at the door to this bar. Also, this is night. Unlike the last time when they caught like the 11 a.m. show on a Tuesday, you guys are showing up at the Bad Dragon 10 p.m. Saturday night.
Oh, we're getting the A-listers, the dead dropping.
There is, in fact, kind of like a line of people outside, sort of a carpet. You see a lot of like kind of like shifty, just kind of very weird people hoping to sort of get a glimpse in there. Humans, brick-born, smoking ones, rat folk, sort of rubbing their hands, excited to see what they can. At the door, there is a large sort of like snake with arms, wearing a fez.
How many arms does the snake have?
The snake has, so basically, like, imagine like a snake that sort of basically turns into a man at the top,
Oh, so it's not like Trogdor.
No, not Trogdor. That Chief Burnination. No, so you see that this sort of guy is out here and he's kind of like trying to keep this sort of crowd in line, but they're pretty rowdy. Dahlia and Pascal, you see that you are at the Bad Dragon. And the energy, even from outside, even in the pouring rain, is electric. Dahlia, you have a feeling that there are probably more savory venues in town, but this is where the big people go.
Right. Well, he did say this is where Violet would be.
I agree. You know the city, so I'm merely here to assist you in any way I can.
I don't know it that well, but I think this is where we'll have to go. I don't think we have time to waste in this line, though. We'll have to attempt to to cut it. Where I'm from, I was always so recognizable that people would just, let me in.
Well, perhaps you could turn the knob for your charm.
Yes, we'll have to give that a try. Okay, so can we approach the doorman?
Of course. I will say that, Dahlia, as you begin to approach, like, the crowd kind of, like, shuts up, and there's a lot of, like, whoa, what the, you know, like, under their sort of umbrellas as this just silver woman. I don't believe they made you extra big, you know? I think you are still, I think they just recreated your body in chrome, so, like, you're not like a 6'5" Dahlia, which I know would be great.
Amazing.
But I think they very specifically were like, you know, you're certainly much stronger and sort of tougher. As you walk up, though, you are attracting all of the attention. Pascal, you're attracting little to no attention.
Dahlia's used to it, so.
But as Dahlia walks up, this sort of snake guy is like, and Dahlia, you hear some people in the crowd saying like, "Whoa, hey, is that a mannequin? Oh boy, if it is, yeah, I gotta rethink my position on mannequins. Hey, yo, oh boy, you know, etc." But this guy just sort of looks at you, this snake, and says, are you on the list?
Would that help?
I mean, well, he kind of pauses for a second. He sort of looks at you. You get the sense that he's trying to, like, get a read on you. If you want to not let him get anything, he's gonna have disadvantage because you're a robot. Okay. Let's maybe just go with that. Yeah, one of them's a natural one, so never mind. He just kind of, he just kind of, no deception required. Just kind of the fact that you're a robot. He just kind of, you know, it's kind of crowded tonight is all, but, are you here to see someone specifically, or?
Yes, I think we have an appointment with with the owner, or, oh gosh, I can't remember the name. But you know who I'm talking about.
I'm not sure I do, but, what's your name? He's like pulling, you know, he's like under a little, you know, awning, and he's pulling out his list.
You do not know who she is?
Yes. I'm sorry, that's so embarrassing. I'm so used to people knowing who I am.
Sorry. I'm, you see him, like, kind of, like, doing a thing. Dahlia, go ahead and, Pascal, are you... Actually, both of you are proficient in deception, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Go ahead and just hit me with all the deception. Let's just...
7.
7?
Yeah, we rolled very badly.
Ooh, okay. That is 16 plus 16 plus. That is 28.
28. All right. Well, we'll say a 28 undercuts the 7 then. My God. So as he kind of just like, he's kind of like looks at you for a second, Pascal, but the way she's just sort of saying this, he kind of says, "All right. Well, I guess if you're supposed to be here, ma'am," he kind of turns to you and says, "Wait, are you performing?"
I mean,
we wouldn't want to ruin any surprises, would we?
Oh, of course. Well, yeah, go on in then. Do you know where you're going? And he kind of like starts like looking at as if he should be calling someone over.
No, could you direct me? Who are the other dancers tonight?
Oh, tonight we got a lot of dancers. He sort of steps in and says, "Hey, Vela." And this guy's name is Ophi, by the way.
Yeah, Ophi.
Make sure that these guests get where they're supposed to go. And he just kind of turns back and sort of tries to see to the thing. So, Vela, would you describe yourself as Dahlia and Pascal enter?
Yes, I'm a mannequin, and I'm just a cigarette girl here at the Bad Dragon. You know, I auditioned a couple times, but they just weren't interested in my singing. Said it sounded like a dead cat, so I just became a cigarette girl / cocktail waitress. Yeah.
Do you smoke?
No.
Okay.
I don't. But we've got a couple of smoking ones around here if you want to take a look at them. They're very
No,
wonderful.
I just meant, performer to performer. If you were looking for some tips to improve your vocal range, if you were smoking, it wouldn't be helpful. But if you're not smoking, then
Oh, gorgeous. I do appreciate that. I think I just wasn't born for the pipes. But anyway, where were you looking at going?
Well, actually, could you help me out? Can I get like a beat on her, the read on her, determine how trustworthy she seems?
Roll an integrity check.
Oh, so close, Philip. 12.
Dark days. I'll say that you have a sort of slightly better than average sense of Vela. So I guess, Lauren, would you kind of express what is Vela's vibe?
She's just here for the party. You know, she just wanted to be a part of the nightlife and couldn't make it as a performer. So she's just, you know, hanging out, doing what she can to just be around the big stars and such.
Are you? Gosh, I think there are. There's one dance performer I was really looking forward to seeing. Maybe are you familiar with anyone? Oh gosh, what was her name? It was like a color.
Am I familiar with the purple?
Make an invest. So for you, it's a flat roll. Everything.
Okay.
It's a flat roll.
Oh, an 18.
Ooh.
Well, with an 18, you're sort of thinking about, let me just look and see if any of the, let's see. Oh, well, you do know Betty Blue, the Lightning Queen.
I know Betty Blue, the Lightning Queen.
Betty Blue is a blue dragon who, she's bad. She's bad, guys. Other than that, you know Phoenix Burns, you know Thermidora, the Lobster Girl.
She's red, though, sometimes when she gets cooked. If she's not being cooked, then she's actually kind of brown.
Mm-hmm.
You know Phoenix Burns, you know Mannequin of War, Chastity, the Tiefling Nun.
Mm-hmm.
How many of these did you come up with in preparation for tonight?
For tonight, these are all from last time.
Or last time?
I came up with 6 for last time. In any case, you mentioned Betty Blue, but I'll phrase it like this, Vela. There is one other sort of person around here who has a color, and that color is violet. There's a vampire. Her name's Violet the Vamp. She has this kind of purple hair. She's not really a performer. She does perform sometimes, but she kind of just comes and hangs out here and watches the shows. And lately she's kind of been causing a lot of trouble, but she is sort of in one of the most exclusive rooms in the Bad Dragon. It's called, but I'm mentioning all of this to you. You don't have to tell her that. But that's some information you would have with that.
Well, you know, I'm not one to presume what anyone else knows. I just know what I know. So if she's looking for someone, I'm going to tell her that I do know a purpley vampire lady who was in one of the most exclusive rooms. I'm sorry, I forgot what it was called.
It's called the Egg Chamber.
The Edgar Chamber?
The Egg Chamber.
Oh, the Egg Chamber. Yeah, she's in the Egg Chamber, but darling, unless you know somebody really powerful hereabouts in Heisteles, I don't know if you're going to be able to get in.
What precisely is an egg chamber?
It's a chamber that's like an egg.
I don't know if that's accurate.
No, not completely that's accurate. The Egg Chamber, Vela, if you're sort of just telling them, is kind of like one of the VIP theaters here. It's sort of a smaller, more intimate venue. There are several live dragon eggs that are being sort of incubated within this chamber, and people sort of sit amongst them. And occasionally, a dragon hatches during a show if it's a really exciting one.
So I said all of that, and so it's just a really exciting experience because you don't know if there's going to be a dragon baby right next to you during the next show or not. And they
Is that
they could burn
safe?
you. It's really sorry.
Is that safe? Do the dragon babies?
Oh well, if I'm completely honest, nothing in Heisteles is safe.
So you could enjoy a show and a meal, but you'll be the meal?
Well, I mean, you know, you might as well enjoy it. It could be your last show, so yeah.
I see.
I can take you to it if you like. It's just, Like I said, unless you know somebody very powerful, I don't know if you're getting in.
Well, who performs in the egg room typically?
Performs in the egg room, Philip?
A variety of sort of special acts. The egg room doesn't always even necessarily have someone performing, and oftentimes sort of like it's the kind of place like a very high-end performer might put on a private sort of show for a few friends. But also they'll bring in other performers to just kind of come and do something while these individuals who hang out there relax and watch.
Here's a question. Would I be able to determine if they would like her? Are there types that go in there that might be interesting that I might think she would fit the profile of?
She is definitely unlike anything you've ever seen. So you believe that perhaps.
To everyone speculating about my chest, it doesn't matter, you'll never see them.
Burn.
Sorry. Just getting some nasty messages.
Please. In any case,
would I be able to, have I served in there?
Ooh. Roll any die.
Okay. A 4.
You've been in once.
Okay.
It was, you saw someone go into someone. It's hard to explain.
I see.
One person was standing there and another person sort of walked into them.
The fact that you said this on a public channel, I assumed it was that way and not another unspeakable way that we don't.
Well, no, you see that in normal rooms. This was something else.
Okay, well.
Like a possession.
However, Toots, you're very unique. So I'm assuming you don't know anybody who's in there because you haven't dropped any names yet. And people who are eager to get in there usually will drop a name or two, or I just know who they are. But you seem interesting. You said you were a singer?
Yes.
Well.
Pascal. News to Pascal.
You are very unique and beautiful, if I might say so myself. Is that your musician or what is that?
I am her companion.
Agent.
Oh, your boyfriend then?
No.
We don't like to put labels on things.
Like my agent.
I understand keeping it on the down low so they don't think you're sleeping with him to get an advancement in the
I would never.
I completely understand. I've done it myself. Didn't get me very far, as you can see. I'm just slinging cigarettes and cocktails at the Bad Dragon. But anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can get you into the egg room.
Okay, but also Dahlia is very concerned for Bella. Honey, you deserve better than this.
Oh, well, this is one of the best gigs in Heisteles.
Dahlia, what is your passive perception? And Vela, forgive me, this might get dark here for a second.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh,
Vela,
no.
sorry.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
And it's also not going to be a good time.
No, my passive perception's only 12.
12. Pascal, what would your passive perception be?
My passive perception is... My passive perception...
Or passive investigation from either of you.
My passive investigation is... Okay, no, it's not the place I normally say.
Dahlia has a 14. Yeah, go ahead.
It's 10 plus the... It's
Isn't that
16.
my
And it's your it's in a box. It's like the box next to all the saving throws. But beyond the it's the box. Sorry, it's next to your maximum hit
passive
dice.
perception, yes, 16.
Yeah.
Yes, passive perception 13. Yes, I see it.
Okay, so you have 13, 16. Oh, and Dahlia, you have 14 passive
12.
investigation.
14's my investigation. 12.
We'll go with investigation. I'll say that you both notice this as Vela's kind of half turning. God, Vela says she doesn't smoke, but man, does she have a lot of cigarette burns all over her.
Oh no! She's a mannequin, so they treat her badly, huh?
Oh, they do. They probably do it to the humans too. But yeah.
You know
Dahlia.
what?
So
Dahlia.
wants to like convince
Yeah.
Bella. Yes, please let us in, but like try to imbue her with some sort of feminist.
Absolutely. And Dahlia, here's the thing, because I'm a genuinely bad person. 100%, but this is Heisteles. So though you want to get Vela out of here, Dahlia, I'll even phrase it like this. You know that tonight is about to get bad. You have a feeling that like people are going to die because you're going to laser some people.
Yeah.
You want her out, but you also might need her to get in the room. So I need you to make a morality saving throw. Nice. You know what though?
I have no bonuses.
No, I'm going to change that though, because you should start with a 12 because you are a somewhat moral person. So you have a +1.
Okay.
We'll change her to 12. Pascal, you remain at 0 because morality is not of your android nature.
10.
A 10?
Seems tedious to me.
Wonderful. Dahlia, here's the situation. You don't want anything bad to happen to Vela. You do care about her, but you got to get in there and kill this vampire so you can save Oksana. Now's not the time to save every cigarette burnt mannequin in town, you know.
There's a lot of us.
I mean, I guess mannequins come apart. You can put their bodies back together. It's, you know, okay.
We
Just
can
wait.
refurnish our bodies too.
Wait
Just
for
some sandpaper and spray paint, you're good to go.
I don't know if that's how that works.
So, you're asking Vela to take you to the egg chamber.
Yes.
Splendid.
Dahlia is very single-minded in her
So as Dahlia sort of lets her morality elapse at the time, Vela leads you both deeper into the joint. You do notice some large theaters on either side that are just cacophonous in sort of like the body sort of BAWDY, although there's also a lot of BODY stuff going on. We're actually not going to go into everything you see. Pascal, for you, it is perhaps educational to understand, you know, in this strange place, they seem much more depraved than maybe they do in your area. Dahlia,
Yes.
it's upsetting, some of the things you're witnessing. Some of the, not so much the hunger of the crowds for these performers is sort of upsetting. You're not always sure that the people on stage are enjoying kind of the energy of the crowd. Some may be, but other places you get a darker energy. This is not a great venue.
Certainly not the sort of place I hope to end up performing.
You then pass.
I want to end up performing.
You then pass a main stage. Walking out of this main stage is a woman. She's wearing a suit. She's kind of got pinstripes on her suit. As she walks out, though, she just eyes right to Dahlia.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided I was not going to do this ahead of time. I'm rolling for her right now.
Uh-oh.
Lauren,
Uh-oh.
you know who this is.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Spindora? No.
Ooh. Oh!
She's a human woman.
I do.
She sort of walks up to you, Dahlia, and says, "Evening. Are you from around here?"
I certainly am here now.
You are. That's so interesting. How did you get here? If you don't mind me asking. I've never met someone like, and then she looks at Pascal.
Oh,
Roll for this as well.
We got here with a Vespa.
And a Vespa, oh. Are you a mannequin?
No.
I'm so sorry. What's your name?
It's Dahlia.
Dahlia. Hi, Dahlia. It's nice to meet you.
I am Pascal.
Pascal.
Yes,
Nice
this
to
is
meet
Pascal,
you.
my agent.
Your agent. Pascal, your clothing is interesting.
Thank you. Your affect is interesting as well.
Oh, you're a real sweetheart. It certainly is. She kind of looks at Vela and actually, she pulls out a couple, coins and just tosses them on Vela's tray. It says, "Could you go get us around, honey?"
Around to what? When I bring the wrong kind of drinks, people tend to get a little fiery. She'll
Tell you
glance
what.
at her turns.
Tell you what, darling. She gets this kind of twinkle in her eye. Let's make a little bet. You bring me my favorite drink just by guessing, and she pulls out a stack of coins. You bring us my favorite drink, you get all this. You bring us almost any other drink, you get a nice tip. You bring me my least favorite drink, I get your left leg. Wanna make a bet?
I don't think you should risk that, dear.
Oh, what's life without a little bit of gambling?
Okay, here's a question.
Mhm.
Bella's been here for a while. She has a generally good read. Well, maybe she doesn't because
she's got tens in all stats. She's got a 0. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well,
What's the question?
Can I roll an insight on what I think might be the gambler's favorite
You
drink?
absolutely may, but Vela, I don't want you to do that because you won't know how good that insight is until you go get the drink. So that is what you'll be doing. That is the gamble you'll be making, but...
Okay, well, Dahlia, was it?
Yes.
That
Can
looks
I
like...
to this woman, what was your name?
I never said, honey. Most people here just call me the gambler. For
Well, see, Bella was
reasons
going to
you
help
can
me
probably
here,
guess.
so I've already kind of engaged her.
Okay.
That's about 2 months' rent right there for me.
Oh no, if you bring me my favorite drink, oh sweetheart, you could be in. I mean, you could polish yourself up in style, get rid of some of those burn marks.
I gotta take the bet, doll.
Wonderful. The gambler, kind of just has this like flash in her eyes. Vela, please roll a d20.
Oh,
6?
Yeah.
Okay, the good news for you is this was kind of a long odds of the big stuff coming up. A 6 means you're not bringing her least favorite drink. So you walk off and grab some drinks. So this was a 1.
oh,
Colin?
so if she brings the least favorite, she loses the leg. But as long as
No, if she's bringing it was only on a 1 that she loses a leg, and only
Wait,
on a
okay,
20 that you
but
get the
can
money.
before she leaves, can I use message
Oh,
to
sure.
connect with her?
Yeah,
Okay, and then while she's gone, can I try to find out this woman's favorite drink?
sure,
The gambler's favorite drink.
sure.
So while she's away, just so I know, so I'm not. What is your favorite drink?
Honey,
I'm just curious. I don't really know what to order for myself here. This is my first time at this establishment, so I'd like to know what's best.
can you drink things?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Is there anyone in there? Are you just a very,
Well, yes.
very sophisticated? Really?
I'm
that's
Dahlia.
that's just fantastic. What about you? Do you drink? She turns to Pascal.
Of course.
Wonderful. Well, I'll tell you what. Just so you know, I'm not cheating. She pulls out a card. She kind of like holds it to herself, and the way she pulls this card out, she kind of like flips it around her hand, and you get the sense that this is not someone you want to play cards with.
Yes. No.
This is not someone you want to play Jenga with,
Nope.
which I will say the Strevelettis found out the hard way a couple of times. She writes something on the card. Folds it up. And then just holds it in her hands. Just so you know, I'm not lying to get myself a little leg. I am a leg gal, though.
Can I try to snatch it out of her hand?
Sure, make a sleight of hand check.
I'm determined to help Bella.
She will make a.
There's my sleight of hand. Oh, okay. I've got some bonus.
She'll make a roll here. Damn, that was really high, and then it wasn't.
19? No, 20.
20. You managed to, only beating her by 2, you managed to pull it out of her fingers. She kind of, her eyes go a little wide.
Oh, I have many talents, and then I'm going to open it and read it.
Mm-hmm. It
And then
says, nice try.
Then you are cheating.
Am I? So who are you here to see?
Is that the name of the drink? The nice try?
Is there?
I don't know. I'm asking you. What's in it?
You're an interesting one. You're really not from around here. I'll tell you what. Should we make a little bet? Quick little gamble?
I don't know. Depends on the bet.
I just want to know why you're here and who you are and who got you here. You are just a fascinating young woman. And you are also a fascinating gentleman. Would you like to take a bet with me?
No, thank you. I
What are the-
calculate the odds would be.
What are
not
the
in my favor.
parameters of the bet?
Oh, any bet you like? Any game you want to play?
Oh, I see. So we choose a game and then...
Anything you'd like to play. I just, and I'll put up anything you want to ask for. Are you trying to meet anyone in particular? I know everyone. Any introductions I could make?
Well, Vela was taking us to the egg room.
Oh, the egg room.
Yes.
So you're here for some big movers and shakers. Well, it's funny. I was about to go up there, and I have a, she kind of like holds open her jacket, and you see there's like, she like shifts her lapel, there's like a little pin with a dragon egg. I have a membership to that area, so I can even get you in.
Yes?
Where are you from? Because, I'll be honest, there are some tough customers around here.
I'm fairly well traveled, I think you'll find.
I just wouldn't want you two to cause any trouble for the nice, God-fearing folks upstairs.
Which god exactly?
You are just full of questions. At this point, Vela returns with several drinks.
Tried.
What did you bring me a nice try? But you did not, sadly. You didn't roll a 20.
Was that actually the name of the drink?
What'd you bring me?
I brought you a bee's knees.
Oh, a bee's knee. Well, the good news is that's not my least favorite. But, for future reference, nice try. And then she winks at Dahlia. So, are you two gonna try the bee's knees?
It's my favorite drink, so I was just trying to,
Well,
find something relatable between me and her.
Of course. I only wanted to try the best, so.
Handsome? Mr. Agent?
Sure.
You can sip it and analyze these sort of flavorings of the bee's knees. Very honey forward, obviously. But as sort of this gambler's just looking at you both. Well, If you don't want to make a bet, no need. Maybe I'll see you in the egg chamber if they let you in, but like I said, it's a hot ticket.
She's a performer.
Are you?
Yes.
Where have you
I thought
performed?
I think
Many
we're all
places.
curious.
Pascal helping us so much. Love it.
Silly Pascal, you know. What was the name of the auditorium in Paradise again? Did we
Oh
remember?
my god, I think we actually did have
Didn't
the
we give
auditorium
it a name?
Yes.
Don't remember what it was.
It would be, it was at Darkmoor College.
Darn.
I somehow turned directly to that session when I flipped a thing. It was at the Darkmoor Auditorium.
Okay, so the Darkmoor Theater, and then I've been in a traveling show for a while now.
All right, you say Darkmoor. Come on, I need to
We've
roll
been
high.
touring.
Need to roll high. Come on, gambler, roll high.
No.
Yeah, I can't do it here.
Is it?
And she says, Darkmoor. Oh. Darkmoor. Don't think I've ever heard of it. Well,
Why?
Dahlia. Huh. You sure you don't want to take a quick bet with me? Don't have to. I'm not trying to be pushy. But your agent that knows how to play the numbers knows it's not a good idea, but I mean, I could really help you out. And all I want in exchange is a little information.
Dahlia will turn to Pascal. Like, is there a game that you think we could win?
Statistically, no. I do not believe it would be a wise option, but perhaps it is our only option.
Well, what games would we be gambling on?
We could flip a coin if you'd prefer. I just or if you're not in a gambling mood. I really hate to do this. Oh, I hate to do this so much. It actually causes me pain. We could just trade information rather than only one of us coming out the winner. Oof. I really don't like that, but
Can I get a read on her, like, honesty?
sure. Do an insight roll. It is so basically it's insight when it's like, is this person lying, and it's integrity for kind of larger implications.
So that's 20.
20. I mean, kind of a much lower roll would indicate that this person is. I'll say you know this is a deeply shifty individual who is acting kind of weird, but you're definitely getting a like minor danger, Dahlia Bot, danger.
But so do I think she's full of it when she says it's paining her to ask for this?
Oh, you know what? That part, no. She genuinely really wants to bet, and though she's like half joking it, like she would hate having to trade information, but she honestly is willing because she gets the sense that you two robots don't want to bet with someone who's clearly an unbeatable gambler who has, like a plus 20 to some of their stats.
Then I suppose we'll concede to an exchange of information.
Great. We'll all get you up there. So, shall we? She kind of starts leading you up. Vela, she puts the original sort of tip she promised on your tray.
I'll put it in my brassiere.
You put it in and it just like
I can keep anything safe.
rattles around in between your plaster breasts. She says,
she's like a piggy bank mannequin.
yeah. Oh yeah, you have a little slot in it. Yeah. As you walk away, Vela, she kind of says, "And remember for next time." Nice try. All right, so she kind of begins walking you upstairs. Where'd you come from, really? Rocket base? 95?
I've spent time there.
Wonderful. Is that where you were last?
That seemed to be like one piece of information. I think
Yes.
it's an equal trade, right?
Of course, yes. Here, she kind of gets up to the top step, and there's like a sort of a pretty intense-looking bouncer there. And she says, "These are my guests, and as you can see there, or at least the talent here is quite exceptional." The bouncer sort of pauses for a moment. And she says, "Or should we flip for it?" And he kind of just opens the door. She says, "Come on in." She kind of starts guiding you in. So now we're in. Any introductions will be next. Here's what I need to know. Is the person who sent you a smug bastard or a fervent religious lady? All you need to tell me.
Well, technically no one sent me. I came seeking.
Ooh, of course you did. I'm sure no one could manipulate you. But who helped you through? Was it one of those two?
Well, it certainly wasn't a lady.
Was it a guy who kind of, no matter what he says, you just want to punch him in the teeth?
Yes.
The kind of guy who'd tell a woman, "You can call me sir"?
Yes.
Yeah, that
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of guy?
Yes. That's a very accurate description.
Interesting.
I
All
did
right.
not understand the feelings until you put words to them, but
Oh,
yes.
I'm so glad to hear that. Well, that's the drifter for you. And as you guys enter, you're now kind of like coming into this like darkened sort of room. You do see there are several kind of like 5-foot large, like kind of like softly glowing dragon eggs kind of arranged around the space where people are sort of lounging amongst them and up against them on various sort of pillows and cushions. There is a distinctive air of sort of, well, some people are smoking some things in here. We'll phrase it like that. A lot of
Incense.
alcohol. People sort of are moving about. Yes, a very incense thing. You guys, of course, you're just learning this through ocular sensor or through what's the term for the sensors? The smell sensors? What would that be?
Olfactory senses?
Yeah, but they're not. You don't have olfactory senses. You have like
Olfactory sensors?
sensors, exactly. So as
Sensors.
you're sort of being moved in here, this gambler's just watching both of you, and she sort of turns and says, "So who is it you wanted to meet?"
Well, I would appreciate maybe some intel on this person first.
Of course, but I might get more info for that. Intel for info, intel for an introduction.
Violet,
Violet.
I believe.
All right. Well, I can tell you a little bit about Violet. She's in charge now. But I'm beginning to think you knew that. Are you coming here to be friendly or no? No, you're not coming to be here friendly at all, are you? Not if the gentleman sent you.
I'm on a mission of love.
That is so heartbreaking. Well. Well, that's a lot of fun. Oh, that's just too good. All right, so Violet is a vampire, but she's a lot more than that now. Have you ever had any dealings with vampires?
Loosely.
Oh no, only in research.
Wonderful. Well, she can cast some spells. She can also read minds, read spirits. It's interesting. And she's very, very hard to kill. In case that's what you were intending. Ooh, look, a show's about to start.
Well, how would one...
But before the show starts, is there a restroom in here?
In this chamber, there actually is like a little powder room sort of off to one side.
Excuse me for one moment. I need to.
Of course, yeah, Pascal, as you sort of head that way. But as the show begins, Dahlia, this gambler says, "Ooh, well, make yourself comfortable, enjoy the show," and she kind of,
I wouldn't want to cause any unnecessary harm. I'm a bit stronger than I appear. How would
I'm
one
sure you are.
hurt her, so I can make sure to avoid it?
I mean, they never like light, do they?
I see.
Sunlight, that is. Well, here, sit down. Let me get us some nice tries. She kind of like gestures for you to sort of sit or lean. As she begins moving through the crowd, I want two things to happen. One, Dahlia, I want you to roll a perception check as you scan the place. And two, Pascal, what you doing?
I would prefer. I still have an objective, so I would prefer to make a transmission once I'm by myself.
Understood.
To basically a quick transmission that describes both the gambler and whatever the word that she told me the other gentleman had a punchable face.
Drifter. Great.
Yes.
You are transmitting this to your primary...
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
well,
okay,
whoever...
Great.
Yes.
So... You are very high in transmission.
Yes.
You definitely know you're in another dimension, or like you're in like another like realms, like that might make things complicated, but if you want to try to transmit, you are absolutely welcome to do so. So as you go into this bathroom, you can try to make this transmission. I love it!
I have a +9, so it's
Plus
Lights are going down for the show, correct?
Yes.
all right. 24.
24. All right.
So can I cast Disguise Self on myself?
Oh,
As the
you
lights
could,
go down?
sure. You make your transmission, and you have no certainty that it is, Pascal, there's an odd thing that starts to happen as you make the transition. Make the transmission. You get the sense that someone is, as you're just alone in the bathroom, this android sort of propping this off out of his mouth. We'll also say that you clearly took some time at Blunders to repair some of your pieces, etc.
Yes.
You pulled apart an old vacuum tube radio, and so as you're broadcasting, as you're transmitting, you feel like something is trying to like intercept or jam the transmission, and you've never experienced, like, typically when you're doing transmissions, you're just like scanning other wavelengths. There's almost like a conscious presence that's trying to intercept what you're saying. But you manage to sort of like duck around the side of it.
Oh, good.
And you sort of get your message out.
Great. Perfect. And I'll go ahead and return.
Then you receive a transmission back in your mind on your band, but something about it sounds different. For a moment you wonder if there's somebody in the room with you, but then you realize it's coming through your receiver, and a voice says, "Well, now that's a neat trick." I tend to get to collect all the send-ins out of here automatically, honey. Although I guess that wasn't strictly speaking a send-in, was it? Who are you? You seem close by. This night might be more fun than I was thinking after all. Hope you're tasty. The sound that ends it is not a typical, like, beep beep of a mechanical transmission. Pascal, as much as it makes no sense to you, you feel that someone was speaking to you. I mean, you are familiar that there are some species, you know, in Sector 95 who can communicate telepathically. But this seemed even stranger than that. Something's odd.
I don't prefer it.
Well, I don't prefer this.
I shall return to my seat, with a napkin on my mouth, and and look around for Dahlia.
Oh, fun story, Dahlia. You don't see Dahlia. Make a perception roll.
I feel quite.
Although actually, Pascal, we're gonna say that little conversation was happening separately, because as Dahlia is casting, disguise self on herself, what are you looking like? Just like your old self? What have you appeared to be?
Can I actually make myself look like Bella?
Yes, absolutely. You make yourself look like Bella, just lounging here rather than serving cigarettes. But at this point, an announcer says, "Coming to you now for the dance of his life. Get the grills turned on to high heat. It's time for chuck steak." Dan, if you'd like to describe your character.
Yeah. So
Are you magic miking?
As the ceiling, like from the ceiling lowering down, there's like this kind of like a series of like a bunch of like, it looks like a bunch of like pipes welded together, and there are like a bunch of like panels of silks dangling from them, kind of attached at various meeting points and junctions. They're very see-through, and then hanging upside down, like from his legs, from the middle of the pipe is a minotaur, and he's got like, in the dark it's kind of hard to make out the color of his fur, but he's just kind of hanging there. He looks, for those of you who are familiar with the general size of minotaurs, he's a little on the shorter side for a minotaur, but he's definitely like compact and built. I'm being informed that minotaurs have hair, not fur. So his hair is I'm sorry to everyone out there who really is incensed by this. We'll fix it all in post. His hair is different colors. And he's wearing like just kind of like a loose like shirt and pants, and he has a couple like pieces of fabric wrapped around his arms as these things lower down. I don't know how much more you want me to keep going, Philip.
No, I mean, would you like to, you got two things to do here now, Chuck. I know that's not your name, but
yeah.
It's your stage name. Chuck.
Yeah.
Would you please make a performance roll? I assume you gave yourself proficiency in this.
Nope. But I did, so I gave myself, I have proficiency in athletics and acrobatics.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be, yeah.
Make an, which one is this mainly going to be? They'll both come into it. Which one's it mainly going to be?
No, but it's going to start off with a little more acrobatics, I would say.
Let's do acrobatics, but if you want to, you can use your charisma instead of your dexterity.
Fantastic. Great. So,
yeah.
Philip, I have fantastic news for you.
Oh, no. Here we go.
The total is at 18, but I have, in fact, rolled a natural 13.
Everybody loves me. Did he leave? Did he seriously?
Dan.
He's just gone for the night. He can't handle that pressure.
I'm in here for 2 minutes and we're doing the thing.
Dan, you know what I need you to do.
Oh.
Shenanigans.
Oh, bad dragon, that felt appropriate. That was a 12. Did you all see me put that die in my mouth and roll it out of my mouth?
Rolled with
Ew.
your face. It was, yeah, great.
Gross.
The laugh that he does is just so beautiful to me. 11, everybody. Come on, we just need some more.
Yeah.
So with an 18, Chuck begins. Why don't you go ahead and describe your performance then?
So the first part is where we're standing upside down. He extends an arm and then slowly unravels one of these silks. And this is much thicker, like a darker material than the panels. He slowly, dramatically ties it around his eyes. and then he goes through a series of like he kind of and then flips up onto the bars, goes through a series of like slow, controlled, like sensual, like think like uneven parallel bars, but with a lot more hips and a lot more control. That's the first like. At various points, like kind of like he intentionally one of the things I was like is he pulls off his shirt, he intentionally rakes it across his horns, and so it just rips into more lines as it goes off. And then after a few minutes of this gyrating, he then does a flip and lands. I mean, how well does with an 18? I assume he nails the landing pretty well.
He lands it pretty well. Yes, it's a. There's no stumble to it, but it's not like a breath. You know, it's very good, but it's not just like a. But yeah, you do sort of a pretty good landing. Unfortunately for Chuck Steak, most of the people in here are barely paying attention to Chuck Steak. Pascal, you have walked out kind of halfway through that performance, but Chuck, as you've sort of done this for this very high-end clientele, most of these people gathered aren't really paying much attention to you, though your eyes, understandably, are going to a woman who's like nestled right up against one of the...
I'm blindfolded.
Oh, you're blindfolded. That's right. So you're hoping to hear something, but well, Dahlia. In that case, Dahlia and Pascal, would both of you roll perception checks for me?
Okay. Pascal's still out of the room, correct?
Pascal has walked back in, but he has not noticed you because he thinks you're Vela. Although maybe he would walk to Vela.
Can I use message to like let him know what I did?
Sure. You would spot him, so you can definitely do that message. That's fine.
Okay. So now Pascal should know who I am.
So Pascal, you suddenly hear Dahlia explaining, I look like the mannequin girl, and you sort of see her sitting on one side. I think you're muted.
18.
What a curious transmission.
These transmissions are insane. Oh yeah, Pascal is unaware of magic, for the record.
You want me to make an investigation check?
This would be just perception.
Perception?
18 for me.
18.
16 for me, and I have a +3 in perception.
Everything's coming up, roses. Would you please do me the honor? Oh my god, guys, if we get a dread storm, I will be so happy. So
6.
6, great.
So stressful.
Oh, 2 from Andrew for the night. There is mercy in my soul. All right. So you look over, Dahlia. I will say that both of you sort of notice this, although Pascal, you sort of see it, honestly, once you sort of see Dahlia looking. Kind of like on the other side, nestled up against an egg, is this woman. She's wearing this, like, very striking dress with a sort of, like, very plunging neckline. Sort of very sort of noir chic. Her hair is a vibrant purple, which is slightly hard to tell in the lighting in here. She's kind of looking at Chuck Steak, but I left one other thing up to I wanted to do this live on stream, because I have a lot of stuff figured out.
Oh god.
But I never decided what side the gambler's on. I don't know.
Oh no!
I don't know.
Very neutral with this Streveletti's, I will say.
Well, she was up to something, and that was from a while back, and no one really knew what was going on yet. The point is, we don't know if she's a Mistbreaker or if she's a part of the Alliance of the Pearl.
Great.
And with that, I'm going to flip a coin.
Are you gonna tell us?
No.
Pearl?
Is that...
Oh, no, actually, we'll do Mistbreakers because they're swords and it breaks. Okay. And we'll do Alliance of the Pearl because of Curse of the Black Pearl. All right. Oh. I'm going to catch it, flip it onto the back of my palm.
As one does. Oh.
Mistbreaker.
She's a Mistbreaker. Which, for some people in the know, means that, well. So, Dahlia, with your 18, you notice that the gambler is standing by this woman, whispering something to her. And Violet says, kind of looks around, and then her eyes land right on you. She kind of stands up and claps and says, well, that was something. She kind of walks up to Chuck Steak. What's your name, darling?
Chuck Steak, ma'am.
What's your real name?
Charles Stark.
Charles
ma'am.
Stark. You think you taste as good as you look?
Oh no.
What does that mean, ma'am?
I'll tell you something. She kind of like starts putting her hands on you. Would you let me hold you for a moment? You're just so big and strong.
I know who she is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Good. She takes you in a very firm grip.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as if grappling you. And Charles Stark, you're probably a strong sort of guy, although maybe not because of, math. But she kind of like grips you for a second. And she just says, now do me a favor, honey. If I don't get you at once, please fight back a little. She winks. And then she is going to try to use her bite attack against you.
Okay.
Now, you are not restrained, you're only grappled. Dahlia, you see that she's trying to eat this minotaur. That is a 17 to hit.
Ooh, okay. I need to look something up very quickly.
Okay.
Do
you have shield?
I do have that, so shield won't do it.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Hang on.
Oh, is this some sorcerer nonsense?
No, I'm going to I'm gonna use wait. Yes, I am going to use silvery barbs as my reaction.
Okay, what does silvery barbs do? Wow.
You magically distract. I basically force a reroll, and they have to use the lower number.
Okay.
And then I can also, if I choose a different creature I can see within range, and I give that creature advantage on their next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Understood. Would you like to do that to anyone?
Myself.
The next roll is a 14, so that would be a 21, so she will hit you.
Yeah. Okay, still hits, yeah.
So she's going to go ahead and do her little bite. Oh, that's actually it. Well, never mind. It's more than I thought. Okay, so the piercing damage, my friend. What's your HP? You got 6? You got 7?
Actually, my HP, I don't want to brag, my HP is 8.
Okay, so the good news is, after the piercing alone, you have 1 HP left.
Sick.
So the question is, will I do 9 on these 3d6
right.
to kill you in one stroke?
Very possible. Highly possible.
I only do 7.
Ooh, okay.
So though you are unconscious, you're gonna get to make a death save here as your turn happens. Now, Dahlia and Pascal, if you guys want to intervene in this, you may. But what has just happened is Violet the Vamp has sunk her teeth into the meaty, steaky body of Chuck Steak, aka Charles Stark, and blood sort of just spurts kind of up in this sort of covering all his silks. And he kind of is fumbling here. Make your death save. And you can add your thing to this, right?
Oh, I have advantage. I gave myself advantage in my next roll. So that was
Does Dahlia get the sense that snuff shows are common in this room?
19. That's a success.
A 19, a success. All right. So basically, you gain 1 death save. Dahlia and Pascal, if either of you want to do anything about this,
I'm
she's
gonna
sort
look
of
over.
in the midst of feeding.
I'm gonna look over at Dahlia.
I'll use message again.
Okay.
But I don't. Should we do something? I don't know what to do.
This is your quest. I am merely your agent.
Dahlia, So basically, Dahlia, I'll phrase it like this. Actually, no, we'll do this because maybe this will take any need of choice away from you. Would you please make a morality saving?
I was gonna say, should we do a morality roll?
Do a morality saving throw.
Literally was gonna ask. A 7.
So, as much as you might want to help this guy, you take no action. And with that, Charles Stark, she'll roll at advantage on this, and I believe it's almost mathematically impossible for her not to do 8 points of damage here, but she does. Yeah. So so basically she just like feeds on this guy. And as this Minotaur body, just exsanguinated, just falls to the ground, she just kind of... And several of her friends kind of like clap or even snap. Dahlia, are you shocked by this? Or are you like...
Yes,
if
but
you're
as
if you
a
have
trained
that
actress, I would control myself.
Okay, then tell you what, make a performance roll.
Okay. Plus, I'm already under like a disguise.
You're already
so
under
the disguise is not phased, although I can be horrified.
Yeah.
That is a 20.
She sort of turns and says, Well, that was fun. I do like red meat. People sort of laugh. She sort of snaps her fingers and says, let's get a different, the kind of silks and pipes pull up. What is left behind is a single pole, sort of standing in the middle of the space. She kind of like looks at everyone and kind of sucks the blood off her fingers, just sort of chuckling. Says, well, I hear we have a very special guest here tonight. But for some reason she's being a little shy. Do you know what true sight is, honey? She kind of like, she keeps kind of going back over to Chucksteak and like pulling up like an arm and just like, sucking out of that or whatever. She even will turn to one of her people and say, do me a favor. Could you cut out whatever the brisket would be? I've always wondered what it tastes like on a Minotaur. So.
Can I tell that she's addressing me?
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's looking straight at you.
Okay. It was a good plan.
Oh, it was a wonderful plan. But she's just so sort of smirking at you. I hear you're quite the performer. Maybe you'd grace us. She sort of gestures to the pole.
Dahlia will get up and approach the stage and then let the disguise fall as part of the act, you see.
You look so good like that. You know what?
It's all part of the...
my. Oh, no, there's... Oh, she kind of like starts like... Oh, it's just so much. Oh, I see everything about you. Oh, no. Honey, before I kill you, would you like a little song?
Why would you kill me?
Well, in this case, it's pretty justifiable. I'm pretty sure you've come here to kill me. They don't like the vampires, especially now that I'm pretty much siding with the other side. But I'll let you have a song. Maybe it'll make it feel a little better first.
No, thank you.
A pity.
I think maybe,
But you don't want to hear about you and your little friend? You know, sometimes gals of a certain feather or a certain fangther. I don't know, sometimes we gossip, don't we? Maybe we all know each other. Maybe we can get a message. Your feelings are radiating off you, honey.
And what would your message be?
Tell you what. Sit down right there. She gestures, like, up against one of the dragon eggs. Go ahead.
Dragons kill vampires.
Make an Arcana check. Would you roll a 13?
I don't like this.
Did you roll a 13
Yes!
for
18 on Arcana. But I have a +5.
Some dragons might have an advantage against, it would depend on, because, like, dragons have different colors of sort of fire and such.
Right.
Why can't I get it to it's a 13? Yeah, there you go. Ba-da-bum. Do-do-do-do. All right, so first of all, please roll a d13. Let's see if you cause a horror surge.
9, so no horror
Great,
surge.
no horror surge. Now, my dear, please roll a d13. This is a huge deal.
6.
Oh, you beautiful genius.
Did I roll paradise?
No, you did not.
Oh.
You do this, and you all sort of suddenly feel this, like, kind of this, like, strange incursion. And ordinarily these incursions occur, like, kind of no matter what, there's some degree of trying to do stuff. But I'm going to say, because the Dark Lord is present, she's going to roll this. That's a 19 on the die, so she's great.
Is that the Dark
Beside
Lady?
What's that?
The Dark Lady.
Not the Dark Lord, the Dark Lady.
Oh, sure,
The
the
Dark
Dark
Lady,
Lady.
not the Dark Lord.
The other side rolls very high as well,
Come on,
actually.
pronouns and titles. Get with the
So,
program. 2022.
as this is happening, she's sort of standing there, and she feels, and suddenly this, like, mist begins to suffuse, and you see her frightened for a moment, but then you hear a voice cutting through, saying, "Oh, it looks like things are getting a bit rainy, and perhaps we can have a bit of a, is that you, my dear, my sweet one?" And you see this creature walking out of the mist. Now, though this is a creature who is similar to one Hopfin who Dahlia was once sort of entranced by, it is not Hopfin. Because, and what both of your olfactory sensors scent is the heady, unmistakable odor of beer, and beer. And what you see is sort of like emerging from the mist, like looking around very excitedly, are 3 more vampires. However, these vampires have a strange quality to them. Their hair, their eyebrows, appears to be made of wheat. There is a sort of greenish tint around their fingertips. And as they sort of walk in, they're kind of looking around. And she says, "Well, oh my goodness. Some of our friends from Die Leckergärten are here. She kind of walks over to them and says, "Well, first of all, feed here, look, this is a fresh kill, enjoy." And they say, "Well, thank you, you are too, and it is the Fleisch. We always love consuming Fleisch with our blood." And they sort of they pull Chuck Steak's body over and start to drink. She goes, "No, I didn't even drain him. He was there was so much to him. So yeah, please enjoy." They say, "Oh, you're so too kind. Are we in somewhere in your Heisteles?" And she says, "You are, as a matter of fact, in the most exclusive room, in the most exclusive club, in all of the domain that is now mine. And I'm going to say that though I know these mists and storms don't always allow us this kind of a presence and breakthrough, y'all are welcome here anytime. Oh, you're too kind. You're so kind. You're very kind indeed." You know, etc., etc. Pascal, as far as you can tell, 3 entities have just teleported in here. And they are also consuming the flesh of this beef man. you probably will need to make another transmission very soon because there's you're seeing a lot of fascinating things.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "Oh, but I'm so sorry. Well, you were just here. I was actually about to grace everyone with a performance myself. Please, Dahlia, have a seat. This one's written just for you." Do you sit?
Yeah.
So Dahlia, as you sit down, and apologies because I know this doesn't always translate too well over the Zoom. Gonna sort of do this with limited accompaniment just so you can sort of maybe hear what's being sort of said here. But a band begins to sort of play. And she starts to sing to you in a voice probably about an octave above this. You've got an awful lot of nerve, showing up here looking so fine, so well manicured and machined every plate and curve, polished up to sparkle and shine. People might think you were courting attention, but no, that's not what's pulled you from home. You're looking for a lover from another dimension. You think that she's the one who'll squeeze the blood from your chrome. But now I see there's just a little hiccup. Your lady loves a vampire like me. That's some bad luck that's unlikely to pick up. I'm pretty sure you're doomed eternally. But you're seeking the one you've been kept away from. Go ahead and blame that big man of stone. If you think you're reunited, then your engines would thrum. And maybe she'll pump sweet blood through your chrome. But take it from me, loving a vampire typically doesn't bring joy. She needs to feed on blood that's hot like a fire. And all you have to offer is an ice-cold alloy. No. You're nothing but rivets and coils. She's craving flesh and bone. And since she can't feed on your coolants or your lubricating oils, she'll leave you long before she ever drains the blood from your chrome. And in that moment, I need you to make a morality saving throw.
That was a superb performance.
Wrong. 20. Nat 20.
Nat 20? Oh, and for you, it's a 21 then.
Oh, it's a 21, but it's a nat 20.
Well, save DC is 20.
Wow.
So, rather than being overcome with sort of sadness by this, you're able to push away the despair that she has told you.
I should roll a 20. That was the moment.
And there's this feeling you have that this bitch is lying. You know it. This song
was actually crying, but
so as you do this, as she sort of like looks at you, kind of your sort of thing, you see, and like the vampires eating chuck steak are like, oh my god, that's good. And she sort of stares at you, and then she realizes that didn't get you, and she says, well, like I said, cold and heartless.
no, I just know something more powerful than your music.
Oh, what's that?
And that's Oksana's love for me.
She sort of smirks and says, maybe that flies in paradise, honey, but you're in Heisteles now.
Doesn't
One of the
matter.
others is like, who's Oksana? What is going on? I don't know. Shut up and watch.
No, I that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm so sorry, Ayue.
Ask. You're not helping.
They're offering you an arm, Pascal.
I politely refuse.
Like, there's something about you. I don't want to drink you. You don't smell like anything.
Thank you.
Oh,
No.
you're welcome, I suppose. Anyway, so she's just sort of staring you. She kind of like, her band's all looking around like crazy. She says, so, what, you're coming here to kill me so you can maybe get back to this vampire? I promise you it's not going to work out.
That's what you say. I've already crossed many realms, and you aren't stopping me this time.
Well then, are you going to put on a performance for us or what? Let's see what you got. And with that, she extends a hand. Do you guys want to keep going? Are we going to do this fight right now?
I don't know.
Let's do the fight. I think we can do it. Dahlia, she is going to shoot you. She's pulling out all the stops at the start, okay?
Okay.
She's going to hit you hard. So, can you please make a dexterity? Actually, I'm 99% sure.
I put a question in chat to you, by the way.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Oh, wow. You rolled an 18 on your Arcana check, didn't you?
Yeah. Would I know?
I'm
which
gonna
egg
say
it was?
I'm gonna answer this in chat. I'm
Okay.
gonna answer the Arcana check for you in chat just so you understand.
Alright, cool. But in the meantime, I need to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, and this is a
It's high.
it's her DC is 20. Go ahead.
Oh, but I rolled a 19, which makes it 24.
So the thing that sucks for her about the spell Disintegrate is that it's a save or suck situation. So she casts Disintegrate on you, and you dodge out of the way, and the wall behind you just vanishes. I'm texting you back. Ha 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 ha. Okay. So. There you go. That's your answer.
Well,
So
good
she
to
did
know.
that. Now, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
Vela, you're not here, blessedly. Charles, you're dead, being eaten.
No.
Pascal, Dahlia, and my lady. Oh
18.
no, Dahlia. This is legitimately not how I planned this. She has 3 more vampires with her.
I know.
That's
I
really
was
bad.
waiting for that fucking shit, man.
Just realized that. Okay.
That's honestly, I think that makes my question to you more important because I'm gonna need.
Oh, it really does. It
Yeah.
super does. That's fair.
Yep. That's
That's a great point, actually. Then that's what you should totally do.
yeah. For sure. I'm a smarty.
Okay. All right, Pascal, what do you got?
I got a 4.
Pascal, you're just so interested.
I love this. It's just such a good show.
That was exciting.
Not helping.
Dahlia, what have you rolled?
18.
18. That's a real bummer, is what that is. That really sucks. I rolled a natural 1 for her initiative. I'm just gonna say it out loud because who cares? The Dark Lord should. It's fine. I'll put her down. There's already other vampires. It's gonna be bad.
She already made a move. Just 'cause
Yeah,
it's-
that's a fair point too. All
She
right,
cheated
so
initiative, so that's why she got punished with that.
Violet, and then the vampires. I roll another natural 1 for the vampire spawn. Okay. Well, vampire spawn stats real quick. Sorry, everyone. I wasn't expecting her to have backup like this. Okay, so I'm gonna put it below Pascal. God, terrible. Okay. So, Dahlia, you are top of initiative. You see Pascal kind of like looking confused. The ones who are like drinking this guy are like, ooh, but they seem just more like entertained by what's going on. But she's cast this, like she has this look of like, wait, my song didn't get her, and my spell didn't get her. Oh, this is awful. Go ahead, Dahlia.
Love is on Dahlia's side, so I know which one is which.
You do.
So, is there more than one that's helpful, or only one?
Let's say there's 3 that's helpful.
Oh, okay. I can't do all 3 in one move, though, can I?
You can do 2 in one move.
Okay. So I'm going to turn and identify the 2 dragon eggs, and use my laser eyes to hatch them open.
All right, go ahead and make your laser eye rolls.
Guys, I'm smarty. Oh, damn, I'm rolling high. All right, I don't think I needed to roll this high for this one. Save the high rolls for when you need them.
I'd roll pretty high on these because they are dragon eggs. They're not just.
Okay, well then it's a 28.
All right, so Pascal, you notice that Dahlia like turns her laser eyes, and when she does that, as she does that, this vampire woman like really looks like, wait, what can she do? And Dahlia uses her eye to sort of like hit one of the dragon eggs that's across from you, superheating it, and then you hear this little and a small red dragon wormling is emerging from it, kind of as little belches of flame. Wow, it's actually going to go next initiative. Okay, Dahlia, make your second attack for this round.
Oh, yeah, because I can hit another. Okay, so I'm going to hit another egg.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not as good of a roll. It's an 18.
18 will bounce off of that one.
Damn.
But at this point, the red dragon wormling, there's numerous people to go for. Would you please roll me a D8? You want to roll 5, 6, 7, or 8. You do not want to roll 1 or 2. 3 or 4 is kind of irrelevant.
I rolled a 6.
A 6. Okay, so the this wormling like kind of climbs out, and just its flame immediately goes onto one of the vampire spawn. So that one will, I'm gonna basically say that one is like engaged, and they begin sort of fighting. Another vampire spawn does have a turn, and this one actually is gonna go and try to like pull this red wormling off. That will not hit its armor class. That's terrible. +6. Jeez. Okay, fine. They get 2 strikes. They do. Okay. That's a natural 1. I'm gonna stop using this die. Very good. Okay. The next turn belongs to Violet. Upon seeing you do this, having already, kind of thrown out one of her big ticket things, she is going to man, she saw what you were doing with the eyes and stuff. She's going to run sort of like up to you and just try to get in a position where she's grappling you so you can't hit her with eyes. And she can just kind of like trying to tear apart plates. So her first unarmed strike against you is a 20 to hit. What is your armor class?
Oh, that's probably gonna hit. Hold on, I was looking at my spells again. Armor class, where are you?
It'll be up at the
18.
top. 18.
Yeah.
So she manages to like grab you, and she does no damage. Instead, she's like holding you in place and specifically grappling you in such a way that you cannot hit her with the eye beam. She's kind of like holding you from behind. And she's like, you're a feisty one, honey. I don't care for that. I've got all the moxie around here. She's now going to try to strike you once. A 2 means it's an 11. So, whatever. Violet the Vamp has got to pick it up here. Pascal, it is finally your turn. So 2 of the vampires are still sitting next to you. Or no, 1 vampire is sitting next to you. 1 is being attacked by a red dragon wormling. The other's trying to pull the red dragon wormling off. Pascal, what would you like to do? And you see, meanwhile, this Violet the Vamp is behind Dahlia and is like holding her fast.
Oh, I shall withdraw my ray gun and shoot this Violet woman.
Go ahead and make a shot.
Pascal finally being useful.
I resent that.
Andrew, you're fantastic. Pascal hasn't been so useful.
You know, Dahlia is not the best person
He
ever.
killed
Okay,
He killed a good 35% of the undead back at the judges.
All right, that's fair.
16 to hit.
16 against her is her armor class.
Okay. In that case, that is
I thought this was for sure going to be a suicide mission, but we're doing pretty well.
19 points of damage.
And you know what kind of damage it is, don't you?
Fire damage? I don't know. It doesn't say.
It is radiant.
Oh.
Which means...
Oh my.
Now the tricky thing here is, rules is written, vampires only get it from sunlight. But I'm going to say, because you guys are using such highly powered lasers from another dimension, we're going to count it as sunlight. So Violet the Vamp just took 19 points of damage that she cannot regenerate after. Pascal, how many hit dice did I give you?
I have 68.
Oh, well then, guess what? That means you're like a 6th level character, so you know what they get, right? Get to shoot 2 times a turn.
Oh, yes, I shall shoot again.
Lauren and Dan, how are you guys doing?
That's just one below it, what it needed to be.
One below it. So this time she got hit and she's like, ah! Like, you know, there's this moment of feralness despite her sort of more vamp persona, and she kind of turns, and actually that one glances off of Dahlia's, you know, plating. Okay, the other vampire spawn, seeing you attack, Pascal, is going to pop up and is going to try to attack you. Does a 13 hit your armor class?
Sorry, say that again?
Does a 13 hit Pascal's armor class?
Oh. 8, no.
Then my spawn friend does not hit you. They will try again, just with their claws. 14.
No.
Okay, well, I am not rolling great tonight, everybody. Actually, I rolled.
Good, we need you to not roll great tonight.
I understand. So basically, as she's like holding you down, like this one's trying to grab hold of you and you're sort of pushing it to the side. Dahlia, it is your turn once again. You are being grappled, so your speed is 0, and because of the explicit purpose of this grapple, you would have to break the grapple by making a contested check against this, or making a check to like use your strength to get out. That's your whole action. But you can hit any other target you want. You just cannot use your eyes against her this round while she has you grappled.
Can I use hideous laughter on her?
You can.
Would she let go of me then?
That's so interesting. I guess she would. Yes.
So I'll cast hideous laughter.
All right. Hideous laughter. Hideous laughter is a wonderful spell. It makes people just start, you know, laughing, but kind of in a hideous way. She has to make a wisdom save. What is your spell save DC? It should be up at the top right. You might have to scroll over to see it.
17.
17. Wisdom 17. All right, she's got a +7, so.
Ah.
19 is 26.
Okay.
And basically, as you try to cast this to prevent her from doing this, she just leans into what should be your ear. Technically, your main pickup mics are over here, but it's close enough. Oh yeah, she leans into an antenna, and she says, "You're not as cute or funny as you think."
That's fine. I prefer to make people cry.
Cool. Red Dragon Wormling is going to, there's 2 of those guys on it. It'll breathe fire on those 2 vampire spawn.
Do I get another attack or an attempt?
Unfortunately, the spell, so you either make 2 attacks or you cast a spell.
Or one spell. Okay, never mind.
So, okay. So the vampires are on fire right now, but not ridiculously so. Cool. But they're trying to kill this little dragon, which is causing them trouble. It is now Violet's turn. Okay, so Violet is basically just going to continue trying to rip you apart. Although you did just make her mad by doing that. Yeah. That's fun, actually. She's gonna do a spell I almost never use, but this is kind of fun. She's going to try to put a curse on you. Can you please make a wisdom saving throw? She's gonna try to bestow curse.
Okay, that is 18.
18, her DC is 20. She is a Dark Lord. And suddenly you feel this horrible curse coming onto you. And is she going to ruin your charisma? No. She is going to make it so that at the start of each of your turns you have to make a wisdom save, and if you fail the wisdom save of 20, you can't take an action that turn. And she's just kind of like holding on and saying, "Oh, what's the matter? Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. Do I see a real brain in here? Oh, I am gonna sink my fangs into this as soon as I pop this can open." Pascal, it's your turn.
I don't find that very kind that I shoot twice.
All right, shot number 1.
That is a 16.
So, she does make her concentration check to her constitution save. What is your second shot? And how much damage, sorry?
That first shot is 14 points of radiant damage.
All right. Make your second shot.
Second shot is another 16.
All right.
Rolling 10s all day here.
Are you fucking kidding me? Why does a vampire spellcaster not proficient in Constitution saving throws? That is really upsetting. All right, I rolled
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Well, I rolled an 8.
Delicious.
So she fails and drops that spell before it even did 1 turn of damage to Dahlia. Concentration is stupid in D&D, and I don't like it. Cool. Other vampire spawns, again, gonna just try to take you out, Pascal. That is a 12. What's your armor class? Okay, that one will hit. That was a 25.
That hits, yes.
That was a 19. He's just gonna claw you, and not, I don't think this one thinks it's gonna, drink your blood or anything. So, congratulations, you take a whopping 10 points of slashing damage.
Ooh.
And as it slashes across, and this like white synthetic kind of it makes one thing and you go off. The second one, it really gets your back, and you see it like bring its claws to its lips, and then it looks at you and says, "Blood tease."
It's diet.
Ah! This infernal thing, and the other ones are like, "We are fighting a dragon already. Can you okay, so great, cool, everybody's grand. Dahlia, it is your turn. You are unimpeded by... basically, you guys both did spells at each other that were
And so now, so she's not even grappling me anymore?
She is still grappling you, because she never let...
so I have to try to...
Yeah, if you want to get away, you can use your action.
Grapple.
Okay, cool. So that is a contested... to break the grapple, you do a... an athletics check.
Okay, that's not so bad. But I gotta beat 20, right?
No, she's doing her own against you.
Oh, right.
Okay. Another die. Never mind. What'd you roll?
23?
Yeah, you get out. I'm gonna say you got out so good you can use that as only 1 attack. So go ahead and take it. You can shoot someone with eyes if you want to. Are you gonna shoot another egg?
I'm gonna shoot Violet.
Shooting her. All right, take your shot.
21. Oh, fuck no! I rolled a 13.
Roll a d13.
I'm so excited.
Oh, guys, wait a second.
I know that's more than 21. Because I'm a +9, so it's 22.
22. Well, that actually makes a difference because, hey guys.
Are we on the 13th go round?
No, I should have made such a bigger deal of it. Those vampires coming in for the performance, that completed our 13th 13.
Wow. Okay.
Which was a momentous enough moment for it, I would say.
Yeah, this is a great moment for that.
Now we're in for the 14th 13. The 14th 13, a new mystery film coming to you soon from RKO Pictures.
All right, so I'm rolling my D13 now.
You are. Wow. Did you roll 13?
Oh, 13.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be a long night, folks.
No.
Buckle in and hold on to your butts.
No, this is the worst time.
The funny thing about this chamber is there's all those dragon eggs in it. How many dragon eggs do you think are in here?
There were 13 dragon eggs there.
As you hit her, so roll your damage from the attack.
I'll like this. Sure. Okay. Damage. That is 10, 14, 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage. Pretty darn good. So she's... It's actually meaningful. Because you technically haven't taken any damage yet.
Nope.
So what just happens is... Pascal, as you like, this guy's like, raked across your back and you're looking at him, suddenly all of you are like pelted with little shards of dragon eggs. As all 13 dragon wormlings hatch. As they're just of all sorts of colors, and they're mostly chromatic. The dragons just kind of are, like greens, blues, black, red, white, but there's a couple of purples and yellows in there as well. As they're like these snarling creatures, and they just begin attacking everyone in the room. I'm going to say that Dahlia and Pascal, sort of no role necessary, just as a sort of moment here, you look over and you notice that gambler who's been kind of standing back, like watching all of this, upon seeing this happen, you basically just see her go, gotta know when to fold them. And she rushes into the wall that those vampires walked out of, and with whatever little bit of mist and sort of remains from the Dreadstorm, you see her disappear away. No one to walk away, no one to run. Here's the thing that the gambler would also say, just to expand on that point: never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time for counting with the deal. Listen, we don't have to talk about that. The point is, gambler runs away. God, I'm so behind on the recap right now. Jesus. So I am going to be changing things up here a bit, my friends. We are now entering we are no longer going to do this as combat. We are going to do this as a sort of skill challenge, in which one thing you can do is the skill challenge is combat. Because this is now a circumstance in which everyone is being ripped apart and blasted by multiple kinds of dragon fire. Typically in a horror surge, I have everything happen in waves, and they're at minimum hit points. But because we've just started 14, and quite frankly, this is a big deal, that's not happening. These dragon wormlings are serious, and they are ravenous, and they are just roasting the whole area, or acidifying, or electrifying, or poison clouding. You get the idea. So, although Dahlia, Pascal, and the vampires aren't affected by the poison part, so that makes it easy.
Philip, happy 13/13 to you.
And a happy 13/13 to you. Thank you so much, Chuck Steak. I am sorry for...
Dan, you should be in here dealing with this.
Yeah.
Oh,
so here's what we're going to do. As Dahlia, as sort of you blast her, and you've done some serious damage to her, suddenly these dragons are sort of all over the place, roasting, pain, everything. So we will not be going on your turn. I'm simply going to kind of have this for Dahlia, Violet, and the vampire spawn. Dahlia, your turn initiated this, so we'll come to you next. Violet has to go. She must make the con save, which she fails because why can't... Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter.
You both are...
Ooh, she is resistant to it. Okay. All right. Still a lot. Okay. Violet, in the process, is getting harmed. Her turn, though, is she is going to use her sort of action this round to still try to attack you. But you've noticed that she's taken a huge amount of damage from the dragons that are just ripping the place apart. God damn it. She rolled a 7, and she has a +9 to hit, which is a 16, and your AC's 18. And we're not doing multiple attacks now because you guys are too harried by things. Great. Pascal, could you please make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, yes.
And if you'd actually, you can do Con or Dex.
They're all the same. 26.
26. You only take half damage. So you will be taking 11 points of damage. Just from general dragon breath and pain and the chaos of this room. What do you want to do as this place is sort of exploding in draconic insanity? The egg chamber has hatched.
I wish to take advantage of the opportunity to try and might be a hero.
If you're thinking about being a hero, make a morality saving throw.
Yeah. That's perfect. Oh, I love it.
The morality is kind of helpful in making
18. Okay.
That's
18.
what my players have been fighting. And 18, you may be heroic if you wish. But what's really great is when somebody's like, should I be heroic? And I have them make a morality saving throw and they pass. And they're like, I'm still not going to be heroic.
I'm going to try to take this opportunity to get close to Violet and fire at her point blank.
Roll at advantage. I'm going to. You're getting closer there, and we'll see if that has effects on you for harm for later. But go ahead.
Okay, so no natural 20s, but I did get over 20 on both of them.
Wonderful. All right, so go ahead and use your shot.
Okay, so that is 23 points of damage. Oh, I'm sorry. All of this, I've hit her 4 times. I haven't been doing any damage modifiers to this because I've been thinking about it. So that's an additional 12 points of damage.
An additional 12 to that.
Yes, so that's 24 total.
All right. Okay. Additional that. Oh man, that gets her in range. All right, Dahlia. First of all, please make a Constitution saving throw.
I was just yelling at Dan in chat.
My God.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay, 18. 23.
All right, 23. You take half. You will take 18 points of damage.
Okay, that's fine. We can do that.
As these dragons are ripping around. Okay, Dahlia. I'm going to just sort of say in a sort of inspirational moment, the safer thing would be to sort of wait and try to do this later. But actually, what I want you to do is make a free Arcana roll for me.
Okay, so make a free Arcana roll.
Yeah.
Bonus to Arcana. Check. Ooh, I don't know if it's pretty good. 11.
It's not quite enough.
Nope.
It's not quite enough. Dahlia, what are you going to do with your turn as these things are attacking? What are you doing as they're kind of ripping everyone apart? You saw Pascal just walked up and shot her, and she's just like howling, and you've sort of broken away, and she's just glaring at both of you in total rage.
I guess I'm gonna attack her some more.
All right, go ahead and make your attack roll.
23.
That hits.
Okay. So then damage is 3d10.
I think you'll be okay.
great.
She really just doesn't have a good way to. Doesn't have you not being a thing she can like do most vampire things to makes you a very good person to attack her.
Right? It's another 19.
19 hits, but
No, I was rolling damage.
you were rolling damage because you were well over the what the hell. Look over. Yep,
19 points of damage.
I was gonna try to shield there, but it doesn't matter. All right, Dahlia, that's your turn. The dragons are going crazy. I'm gonna make a dragon roll. Natural 20, so the dragon damage is gonna go up. Violet's turn. Con save or deck save. She will take the deck save so that it's half, and then it'll be halved again because it's all just physical. Because the real thing that's rough for her, I rolled. I mean, it's only 7 against her. Jesus Christ. I'm so high on these. The real thing that's helping for you guys is you're shooting her with radiance. No one's punching her because punching her is like not helpful. But that is her. So that is her damage. For her turn, seeing that things are going bad, but also I'm gonna make a morality saving throw for her. 3. She has a -1, so that's a 2. So she is going to not run away, and she's going to vindictively just try to kill you, Dahlia.
Fine, another target for vampire or dragons. That's fine.
Which she will do by... Yeah. She sort of realizes that there's sort of like someone in there. Dahlia, please make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
As she casts Dominate Person on you.
Can you read it?
No, can't read it. 20?
It's a 20. So that's 22.
With a 22, really sucks because spell CG is 20, and if she could do that, she would have had you pop your head off, and she was going to eat your brain. Well, that's a wasted turn for her. Pascal, you're up. So would you please make your con or dex? I guess it's all the same to you. Jesus fucking Christ. What do you got, Pascal? Con or dex save? Andrew?
Yes. Sorry.
Can you do a con or dex save? You were looking so intently at dice that I really thought you were just doing it and like thinking so hard. It was amazing.
No, I'm sorry. Like my audio keeps coming in and out. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Okay. Con or dex save? 20.
Con or dex. 20?
Mm-hmm.
Great. You only take half, which is 21.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yeah. It's getting tough, guys. Pascal, I want
Yes.
you to make a free, call it a history roll. Or religion. It's all the same to you. I know you're not proficient in either one. You have,
15.
15?
Yeah.
All right. You've read a couple of, like, historical things. You think there's something about if you, like, kill a vampire, maybe you have to do it in a really specific way for it to stay dead. And you're worried, like, this vampire looks like she's in really bad shape. So maybe you don't want to shoot it. Maybe you want to, like, tell Dahlia to kill it a specific way. So that it doesn't escape.
Dahlia, I seem to recall something about killing vampires in a specific way. Thank you.
What way?
Yes. Perhaps using your... I don't know!
Pascal, with that,
Yes.
for your action, that was kind of a free little thing you shouted out. This room is getting, like, untenable as these dragons are tearing stuff apart.
Yes.
you're worried about attacking her and that like causing a like she's so close. You think Dahlia needs to do something you don't know what. But if you would like to, you could attempt to escape.
Yes.
Wonderful. So,
absolutely.
If you would please roll an athletics check to bound out of this chamber.
What way?
Do I have an advantage on this?
Decapitation.
Your athletics?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you?
Because I'm handsome. And
I'll tell you what.
And slippery, viscous and slippery.
Viscous and slippery. Okay, I'll tell you what. What did you roll? Did you roll that one?
No, I didn't.
You rolled 13?
I did not. I just rolled poorly.
You just rolled poorly, gotcha. I'll tell you what. Re-roll. But there will be sort of a complication.
Yes, of course. Of course there will be. Oh, it's the same thing again.
Okay, so
5.
So you attempt to push your way out, you cannot. And not only that, noticing that you're leaving. We're gonna do it in alphabetical order. We'll just do perfect. Pascal, noticing you leaving, one of the larger dragon wormlings in here flaps, and as you're like making your way for that door, like trying to pile over the other bodies, this huge black dragon wormling stops before you, its mouth filling with acid that you know would be quite harmful to your systems. And that is blocking your escape. And you may have to specifically deal with it on your next turn. Dahlia, my dear, first of all, would you please roll on your turn, please roll a Constitution or a Dexterity save.
Okay, they're both the same for me, it looks like. Okay, 20.
20.
I rolled a 15.
Well done. Ooh, for once I'm rolling really low on these. Not that you need it because you have a lot of hit points. So you take halved. You will take 13 points of damage. Dahlia?
Yes.
Pascal was trying to tell you something. You've been around vampires. For God's sake, you're in love with one. At advantage, will you please roll an Arcana check?
Okay.
Or, Dahlia, you could simply roll a d6, and I will tell you everything you need to know.
Take the deal. Take the deal. This is where you gamble. Take the deal.
Yeah, I'll roll a d6.
Roll a d6. Roll a 6. Come on,
Well,
you know
we can't
you
get to
want
13 right now anyway, so
Exactly.
I don't care.
Just roll a 6. You'll be fine.
Roll a 5.
Ah, nice.
Oh, take it! So, Dahlia,
Yes.
you reach out to Dread. You let your mind open to what you understand about vampires. You think of Oksana. You think about the strange and terrifying transformation that she underwent. And perhaps it's simply a production of Dracula you did at Darkmoor College, or maybe when you were still in high school. You know that in order to kill a vampire and have it stay dead, if you just knock it down, it's going to turn to mist, and through this madness, it will escape, no problem.
Right.
What you need to do is you need to drive a stake through its heart.
Okay.
As you look around the room, trying to think of what wooden stake you can use, you notice something. The pole in this room from the ceiling, the core of it is fine oak. So Dahlia, in order for you to use that, to sort of use this pole as a weapon against the vampire, to sort of dance around this pole and dislodge it and shove it through the heart of Violet the Vamp, you would need to make a performance roll.
Alrighty. We will do exactly that. Okay, come on.
Get it, girl.
Okay, all right. 16 and 9 is 25.
With a 25. Would you like to describe, because I think you could probably put it into terms, would you like to describe the dance that Dahlia does?
Sure. So Dahlia is going to get up there and do an around the world as she lifts herself up and does a few fun poses as she climbs to the top, some leggy things, and then she will. Are there any dragons flying around me?
Oh, there's dragons like circling you like crazy.
In order to avoid the dragons, I'm doing like inverts and then hooking my right leg and pulling myself up and then getting into, kind of a figurehead and then doing another invert up over my shoulder so I can reach the top.
Wonderful. At which point, as these dragons swing around, vampire spawn are being roasted and screaming, Pascal is trying to avoid the opening jaws of this black dragon. Dahlia, you sort of unhook this pole from its mooring, and as you sort of fall with it spinning towards her, you have rolled a 25 on your performance of this. Violet the Vamp sees it coming and basically just says, "Oh, fuck. Will you please roll the damage?" Now, you actually, if you roll terrible damage, this will not kill her, which would be terrible. But, could you roll, we'll have it be like a halberd or a pike. So roll 1d10 and then add your strength.
Okay.
No, add your charisma because you're dancing.
Okay. Excellent. Add all of my charisma?
What is your charisma modifier? Oh, fuck, right.
It's a +6.
Okay, yeah. Because you could still, it could still not kill her because she's still only going to take half of it from the, yes, go ahead.
Okay, so just my modifier, not my, I thought you were like, add your charisma score, and I was like,
No, add your +6, just your modifier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a D10 +6.
D10 +6.
Okay, 7 + 6 is 13.
13 reduced to a half. 13 momentously. Reduced to half 13 only goes to 6, but you needed to do 4 points of damage.
What?
So basically, Dahlia, as you sort of spin around, and the Dark Lord of this domain is so bloody confused about what's happening, as you sort of spun, and she's like, and she kind of just say, "I guess she really was a performer. Well, if that don't just straight through the chest, punching her into the soft cushions and ground below. She's been impaled on this pole, which is now like, it like rotates slightly or whatever. Anyway, with that, you hear outside another tremendous cracking in the sky as a storm is raging like crazy. Dahlia, you have just slain a Dark Lord.
Uh-oh.
Which means you can actually leave this domain. You can venture to... It's hard to pick the exact one you go to, but if you have one that you really want to go to in mind.
Can I go back to paradise?
If you can get outside in time and go to paradise.
That's where Oksana is, right? I'm not forgetting that she has gone anywhere else.
As far as you know, as far as
Okay.
it's been reported,
So I'm gonna go back to
Oksana is in
paradise.
Now, you have to get outside to the edge of the city limits and get through before, a new Dark Lord is chosen, all that kind of stuff. So, as you sort of are standing there, that is your turn. Violet is now dead. Pascal, my dear friend. Because you rolled just bad and just for the heightened darkness of it. I believe I'm going to need you to make... How many hit points do you have left out of curiosity?
I have like 9. I have 9 hit points.
Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no. 14.
13?
14.
What is your modifier?
The good
+6.
news for you, sir, is that a young black dragon's acid breath has a DC 14 dexterity saving. I'm using young instead of wormling so they hit hard. But I'm pretty sure you're going to die. So I'm going to go ahead and just only roll the damage of a wormling. Because let's give you a fighting chance. I'm still worried you're going to die even half of a black dragon wormling because they do 5d8. So average will still kill you, or average will still drop you to 0 here because you have 9 hit points. So as long as I don't do 18, 5d8. Yeah, the young one did like 11d8. We won't mess with that. That's fine. Okay. 5d8. Here we go.
I'm sorry, Pascal.
Class, this is just all this game is sacrificing my characters to save Dahlia.
Max. Oh no.
We have 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1.
4, 3, 2, that's 6, that's 10. That's 10.
I think it's 11. But
that's a 2, yes. That's 11.
But 11 means 5. So you take 5 points of damage. And if you want to muscle your way past this beast, you may do so.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll a, let's just have that be athletics to kind of, jostle your way around its jaws as it spews acid all over you. And at this point, Pascal, you probably do look like, like skin melted off, like
right.
Eyeball in robot skeleton.
I can't give him bardic inspiration right now, can I?
As a bonus action on your turn, you could have. But in fairness, you were pretty focused.
Yeah, I was pretty focused.
Okay.
That is 17.
17. I will roll for it. Rolls a 10. Pascal, you escape. You're out of the room. You're
wonderful.
running. You're not sure what's going on, but you can attempt a transmission here in a second. Dahlia, you are still surrounded by dragon wormlings who are ripping everyone to shreds and having noticed that you're the only thing left.
Hey.
So first of all, go ahead and make a con or a dex save. I rolled really high this time. Okay.
Swear to God, if I die from dragon.
Jesus.
18 plus 5 is 23.
Okay, so you'll only take half, so you take 19 points of damage. How are you doing, Dahlia?
Well, we'll find out. Ooh, no.
Everyone, I apologize. I know this is a long one, but clearly it's
I'm at 53.
53. Great. All right, Dahlia.
Oh my gosh.
You're preparing to run.
Yep.
Preparing to just try to push your way through these as just clouds of fire, you're getting singed and acid burns across, kind of sending those serrated lines, up the sort of a Damascus steel. But as you sort of move, Dahlia, you hear a voice.
Okay.
And this voice simply says, "Wait." You are powerful. You
Okay.
feel greatly. What is it you want?
I want it to be with Oksana.
You will need power for that.
Yes?
You have killed one who holds power here. You have killed another earlier this night who would have gained this power. You have power. But are you bad?
I'm in love.
Yes, we can work with that. You can rush off to your love if you want, but she may die before you reach her. The Dreadlands are treacherous. Or you can stay. You can be the power. If it's love you want, if it's the adoration not only of Oksana, but of the crowd. And suddenly the dragons all around you, as if entranced, stop. Their jaws covered in blood and viscera as they sort of merge and they just look at you. And in this strange sort of parody of humanity, and yet with clear intention, they begin to beat their wings and clap their claws. And
Well, it's been so long since Dahlia's had any applause.
It is. She lives for the applause, applause, applause. She lives for the applause, 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 applause. Dahlia, at the same point, you can feel that there's a presence here pulling you. Don't you want this power? Couldn't you have more love? Couldn't you have your true love this way? If you rush away, who knows what will happen? Dahlia, you have the oddest sensation of... You can feel pleasant feelings for a moment. You can feel good memories from paradise. You can feel the idea of being with Oksana again. You even feel this last tendril of, for a dark lady of dread can have anything she wants, even her body back. The dragons are all just looking at you, staring. Or you can flee.
I could have my body back. I could really hold her.
You could hold her at last.
What do I have to do?
If you want the power, you have to kill for it.
I've already killed.
Not enough. Not enough.
Who do I have to kill?
You feel the presence is almost with you, this black figure. Almost. Blank. Familiar not to you, but maybe to Siobhan. Maybe to others. And the voice simply says, "Start killing and I'll tell you when to stop." Dahlia, you can feel there are two options to you. One is you venture out into the danger. You try to find Oksana wherever she may be. You venture out into those mists that you've seen. Whatever you've gleaned from what Rawlings has explained to you, whatever bits of it you understand, that you can venture out and stay who you are, trapped in this shell, and hope that somehow you find your way to Oksana. Or you take what this person's offering you, and you become a dark lady of Heisteles. I'm not going to have you roll any morality saves or anything like this. This is ultimately your choice. But if you want to make any checks or ask any, you could maybe ask one question or make one check before you make a decision like this.
Well, can I check if Oksana will still love me if I take this title?
Make an integrity roll.
Here we go.
You have a +1.
I rolled a 20.
A nat 20?
Yeah.
Dahlia, I'm going to say so first of all, because of this and just kind of other things you've done here, go ahead and raise your morality to 14. But also, one thing you remember Rawlings maybe saying in passing, or maybe it's the message of Film 13 which you watched, but there is one fundamental idea about the domains of dread.
Yeah.
And that is that no one suffers more than the Dark Lord themselves. You feel that you're accepting a devil's bargain. If you do this, you'll have power, but there's this part of you that feels that love for a Dark Lord is almost impossible. But maybe you could keep her safe, and you probably could have that applause. What does Dahlia do?
I want to keep Oksana safe.
And with power, you can. This figure steps towards you. Dahlia, you feel yourself wreathed in something. Something you've never felt, never known. Something you've been chasing your whole life. You feel power. And that is where we end tonight.
Oh!
Oh my god.
That's a good I Live.
Oh my god!
That's a good I Live episode.
I live plus one, I live.
Yeah.
Well, with that, Dahlia, you are now one of the Dark Lords.
Dark Lord Dahlia.
Which means no, actually I was not going to, I feel like I gave you a nod. Though Liv, you will still sort of be involved in some things. For the time being, all future appearances of Dahlia, until at some point this may change, but as of now, Dahlia is now played by me.
There you go.
This is the whole reason why this happened. It's because Philip was jealous and he wants to play
It's like
Dahlia.
Dahlia's too powerful. I need to make Liv play.
I need to make her even more powerful.
They play
All
some
right,
other
well,
characters.
no,
this is great. I mean, it makes sense. Dahlia is like broken now.
Yep, that was wonderful. Oh my god. Well, everyone, that was super fun. Apologies for this sort of extended episode, although I think I always knew this one
It was
gonna
worth
be big.
it.
So, Dahlia has defeated Violet the Vamp. Will that make Oksana more or less safe? Uncertain. But, for now, there is yet again a new Dark Lord in Heisteles. Pascal, we will sort of deal with your escape from this plane, which I'm going to sort of take as a given you're going to be able to get out of Heisteles. We'll figure out where you sort of next wind up in our future session. But guys, that was super fun. I want to thank all of our players for that. Especially, I want to give a special thank you. I want to thank everyone, but I want to give a special thank you to Lauren and Dan, who kind of were here for some bit rolls and then just kind of hung around out of friendship. Thank you, everybody. I'll kind of keep our sign-off brief here because I know it's late. Please follow our channel. Also subscribe if you are able. I think we did get some subs during the game today, which is so appreciated.
Yes.
I'm trying to scroll back up here if I'm able. Yeah, go ahead.
Minnesota Twins, thank you for resubscribing for 8 months. Toxic Nacho, thank you for subscribing. Minnesota Twins also gave out a community sub. Apostrophe this gave out 5 community subs. Thank you.
That is so nice of you to do. Thank you so much.
Afraid Not also gave out 5 subs. We had a level 3 hype train.
So much,
Wow.
yeah. Swole
Jeez.
Initiative Network, Swole Bros.
Oh!
Rose came in.
Thank you for the raid. That's so kind. Well, great. Well, thank you all so much for that. If you want to know more about our incredible players, please go to our About page. We've got all their socials there. Please join us in our Discord. There's a lot more activity over there of late. That should be in our socials Nightbot that we just showed you there. Also, I want to tell you about some other shows we have. On Sunday and Monday this week, we have Luminous Beings and Crude Matter. The most recent Crude Matter was out of control. The Star Wars game is kind of coming to its sort of conclusion here, so I really urge everyone to come and check out these, what very well, I think basically probably are our last couple sessions. We'll sort of see. And then on Tuesday, it started really, I was very excited with how this started. It's going to be a very different kind of feeling game. Come and join Murder by Murder, our Agatha Christie, no magic, super grounded 1930s murder mystery game using an original system that so far is working pretty well. So yeah, please join us for all that stuff. Thank you so much for being here. Anybody want to plug anything or say any of their things?
Long Lost Lore on TikTok. Follow it. We're doing some informational things, which I and potentially others may be saying, but is the information coming from us?
Bring me in, not Dan, just to piss him off.
I was just saying I could help out.
Oh my god, it's so good.
No, but we are really
This is real, like, this is honestly, Lauren, when I suggest that, it really felt like I was Sam going, let me carry it, help lighten the load, and you're like, Frodo be like, get away from me.
Andrew is trying on days when Andrew is trying?
Yes, on Tuesdays, yes. You can tune into Andrew is Trying from 5 to 7. I play variety indie games, and I talk about my job writing for the new BioShock.
Very cool.
Nice.
Well, yeah, check that out then.
And his information is in the About section. So.
The About section. Guys, this was awesome. Thank you all so much for indulging these weird things. I really do love this Blood from a Stone game because we go so many places. And all we do is we fill up the motherfucking dread clock around and around it goes. We got a horror surge. We had a dread
clock, a horror surge.
Oh, heaven. All right, everybody, thank you so much. We got to sign off here, but until next time, have a dreadful night.